Hey everyone, I'm Mind, and this is set number 70752, Jungle Trap from the LEGO Ninjago Tournament of Elements wave. This set contains 58 pieces, 2 minifigures, and originally retailed for $6.99 in the US when it first released back in 2015. This video is of course a part of my Ninjago throwback review series, so let me know in the comments which set you want to see a throwback review on next. It could be any set from 2011 to 2018, and while I don't have them all, I do have a lot of them, so let me know which one you want to see most, and it may be featured for the next Ninjago throwback review. If you want to see which ones I've already done, I'll have a full playlist linked in the description below. But now, with all that being said, let's get into the review. So here's the build of the set, and as you can see, it is very, very small. I honestly really miss sets of this size, because nowadays, pretty much the only Ninjago sets we get for under $10 are the gimmick sets. We got like the J-Mech this year, which is an amazing set, but that one is absolutely an outlier. But yeah, this is a set that was less than $10, but it wasn't like a polybag or anything. No, it was still a full-size set. And honestly, it's really cute, I like it. So the build's very simple. You have this little pathway that leads up to this platform right here, and there's two different obstacles that can get in the way. For one, these leaves on the side are able to fold up to sort of block the vision of the collectible behind everything, so that way it actually has to be discovered and you can move them out of the way in that case. And then we have these swinging swords, which this play feature I think is alright, all things considered. So you push down like this little step piece right here, or presumably a character actually steps on it, and these swords sort of swing up really quickly. Let's see if I can get a better angle of that where my finger's not in the way. It happens incredibly fast, and they don't really stay up, they fall back into their original place. This allows you to activate this over and over again if you want. Sometimes one will fall to the other side like this, and you will have to readjust that. And from messing around with this, other times they'll stay in this like somewhat up position, where hitting this doesn't do anything, and you have to manually move them back down. So I don't think it's the best implementation of a play feature like this, but considering it's such a small set and there's so few pieces used, all things considered I think it's pretty alright. It is fun to do, definitely, and it looks cool too. It's very easily communicated like what this play feature is supposed to be. The sword pieces, by the way, are classic sword pieces from like LEGO Castle back in the day, but I believe this color was new for this wave, the dark tan, so you could also remove these and use them as accessories for the minifigures, and I think these fit the enemies of this wave really well. And then of course back behind everything is your reward. There's this little shrine with a weapon on it, and this is one of the collectibles of this wave, or I guess they're just sort of the collectibles of this wave? I don't know. The sets came with like these different Jade Blade weapons, which do look really cool, don't get me wrong, but they're not really accurate to anything in the show. The Jade Blades themselves were in the show, but there weren't different versions of the Jade Blade. Like there wasn't a double Jade Blade and like a scythe Jade Blade that comes in another set. Now the Jade Blades that we saw in the show were just this. And I think this is a really good part and everything you can need, but they make it a little more interesting in the sets by giving you a little bit more. And I think the double-bladed version looks nice. It's a cool weapon to give to Kai in this set. And then yeah, that's about all there is to this build. Not much else to show you, it is a very small set, but you know what, it's cute. I quite like it. But now let's take a look at the minifigures that the set comes with. Here are the two minifigures in this set. We have Tournament Kai and we have Krait, and Krait's of course just one of the generic Anacondrai cultists. Starting with Tournament Kai, this minifigure is incredible. The tournament suits are some of my favorite of all time, and they do still hold up pretty well to this day. I feel like the lines on these suits are a little thicker than lines on suits nowadays. The detail in more modern suits just feels a little more intricate. That being said, for the time especially, these are fantastic. These were the first suits to ever go sleeveless, and I think the bright LEGO yellow really goes well with the ninja's colors, and Kai is a prime example of that. The half mask also works a lot better with the sleeveless design too, I think, and I appreciate that his kimono symbol is still here in the corner of his torso. Around the back too, he has his original symbol, that like fire lion, and if we take the mask piece off, we can see Kai's full torso print. There's a little bit of his chest showing, which again, super cool. I love how different these suits are, both compared to previous and future ninja suits. And I guess I can also talk about Kai's hairpiece here, because it wasn't new for this wave, but it only came out the year before. But I think this is a fairly good translation of his hair from the show. His hair from the show is definitely a lot more over the top, and this does tone it down quite a bit. But I don't know, it feels close enough, still definitely feels like Kai. And this is a rubber hairpiece that I actually don't mind. I do prefer the redesigned hairpiece for Kai, but at the time this was amazing, and fits his original design really well. Face print is just the same one from 2011, and he stuck with that for a while. So of course there is no alternate face there. It's far from the best face ever, but it was just what we had at the time. So yeah, I absolutely love this minifigure, love this suit, and I appreciate that he came in such a cheap set. I think this is the cheapest way to get Kai's original hairpiece ever. I don't think there was ever a cheaper set that came with it. And then we come to Krait, and the Anacondrai cultists are one of my favorite just generic villains ever. As I was saying with Kai with like the sleeveless arms, I love whenever the LEGO yellow color actually is a part of the design and it's not just the character's skin color. Because of course these characters are shirtless, but the yellow just works so well with the purple and the dark red. It's an amazing looking color scheme all around. These like snake skull helmets they were given too are super cool. And I like that there's still the stud at the top of the head if you want to attach an accessory there. The transition to the legs with the dark red's amazing as well. It would have been even better if it was dual molded, but this was 2015, and they don't even dual mold that often nowadays. But yeah, I think that definitely would have made it even cooler. However, from the front especially, this looks spectacular. I love how many different colors are used on the face print as well. There's black, there's white, there's purple, and there's red. That like red shading around the eyes makes these guys look really intense. And you can see there's no alternate face on this guy either, and that makes sense because of course the back of his head peeks out through his helmet. In terms of accessories, Kai just comes with the generic golden katana, but of course you could swap that with the Jade Blade in this set. And then Krait has like this double bone axe, which is similar to like weapons we got in like the first 2011 waves, but still cool to get. The bone piece works really well there. So yeah, for a $7 set, this is a fantastic minifigure selection. They very easily could have included just Kai, but no, the fact that we got a villain too is great. I would love to see more sets like this in the future. Quite good all around. And so, what are my overall thoughts on this set? This is a really good one, honestly. The only reason I didn't buy this set back in 2015 when it was actually on shelves is because I was able to get these figures off of Pick-a-Brick, and I didn't have a ton of money at the time because I was a kid, so I didn't want to spend an extra $7 on minifigures that I already had. But now that I'm older and I'm going back and getting sets that I didn't have, this one is pretty great for the size. There's stuff to play with, right? The leaves to move out of the way, the swinging swords, and of course the swinging swords are an actual play feature. The Jade Blade is a cool weapon to get, and 2 minifigures for $7 is great. On the aftermarket too, this set's not that expensive. The reason I bought it was because it was like $10 on the aftermarket. So if you're a fan of Tournament of Elements, and especially if you don't have these minifigures yet, yeah, this would be one I highly recommend. Genuinely a quite good set, and I would like to see LEGO go back to doing more sets like this. But of course, those are just my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think of this set in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like on it, subscribe to my channel if you're new, and let me know in the comments which Ninjago set do you want to see a throwback review on next. But as for this video, I think that's about all I have to say, so thanks for watching everybody, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!